set it and how to set the alarm. Well, it took a little bit of doing to get it kind of set up. So we're going over to my mum's today. First off, we're going to plant some tulip bulbs, and it's a nice comparison because I'm going back to like a bulb planter which I've got in the back of the car there. I'll give you a little clip of it. And from, you know, like old-fashioned technology to up-to-date modern technology as well. Are you kind of serious about God? How far? I'm wondering how far do you take it? You know, with the when you've got your allotment, how far do you kind of prepare for, let's say, the weather? Do you mean that's the big thing for me? The weather. You know, when this crunch comes, that's what I'm worried about. I've been lucky enough to be tagged by the fantastic Jane Kelly to pick my favourite video of the times that I've been gardening and everything like that, and to tag 3 other people as well. So I think, and I had a little think about this, what was my favourite video that I've done? And yeah, I've done some daft silly things, but I think the one for me that kind of stands out is a veg basket for my daughter. And purely you can understand why, do you know what I mean? It's just like, I was very proud when my daughter came up to us. You know, they've just moved out, she's just moved out of the house and set up her own little flat. And when she said, "Dad, can we have a veg basket?" Oh yeah. Oh, my little heart was bursting. So just going over some railway lines there. So that was probably, I think, my favourite video, you know, a memory for a video. Like, it was all worth it. That was the kind of whole goal. The whole thing was, all this messing about in the garden was worth it. Yeah, just a flat white, please. Thank you. That's lovely. Thank you. See you later. These are absolutely lovely. Flat whites. The first nominee that I want to tag in is a gentleman called Chris Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt. I'll put a link onto Chris's site. Chris lives in, I think it's Norway or Finland. It's one of the countries where it is Baltic. When it gets Baltic in winter, and that's what I'm really interested in. You can tell I'm really interested in all this, like the weather, fighting against the weather. You know, I seem to be kind of skipping through the tulips here with these weather conditions, but I know Chris over there, you know, their winter, their snows come so much earlier than ours, and it's great to watch them because they have systems. You know, he is great at, he built some fantastic raised beds, some tomato trellises for outside, and he built these hoop beds, like the little roofs, like little polytunnels to go on your actual raised beds, which was great. But now he's doing a 4-part series on, and it's actually just ongoing. He's tackling geothermal greenhouses, ware he's just, I mean, he puts his hand to anything. That's the great thing about it. He's digging this hole 20 meters by 20 meters, you know, 10 foot, 20 foot down, filling it with gravel and pipes and all the air circulating around, and it's just fantastic to watch him. So pop over there and say hello to Chris. Now for the second nomination or tag is Steve's Seaside Allotment, but I thought I would do it somewhere special, so follow me. Now this site here is probably one of the most famous places you'll see, and I guarantee everybody knows this site. Everybody in the world knows this site, so come on, everybody recognizes it. Yes, surely them houses over there, you recognize them? Yeah? No? I'll tell you what, shall I just turn around a little bit then? What about them trees? Do you recognise them trees? You do? I know you do, honestly. You recognise that. I'll tell you what, I'll turn around a bit more, shall I? There you go. Does that make sense? Yes. Just turn this round. So yes, we are at the Angel of the North. What a great little location. And everybody in the northeast of England just loves this. Well, I think everyone around the world, do you know what I mean? It's such an iconic landscape there now, and it's just fantastic, you know what I mean? So I thought, I'm on my way to my mum's, as you know, and I pass it every day, and it's just, you get that feeling of like, there's something so special about it. But I want to nominate Steve's Seaside Allotment. Steve is, if you couldn't be on a desert island, Steve would survive. The way he builds things and makes things work, and his allotment is spotless, absolutely spotless. But it's just the ingenuity of what Steve can lay his hands to, and how he can work things out and make things work. Go over to Steve's site, Steve's Seaside Allotment, and check it out. Links below. Right, say goodbye to the angel then. We're off to me mum's. We're just nearly at my mum's house there now, and the third person I'd like to tag to nominate is Cody's Lab. Now Cody lives in America and does a whole range, been on there for years on YouTube, does a whole range of chemistry experiments. He's got his own mine, he goes gold mining, he does everything, but he does gardening as well. And at this moment he's cloning some trees to plant on his father's farm that it was hit by forest fire. So he's planting some trees there, you know, like little Douglas fir trees. But the reason why it brings myself and my son closer, because my son's right into chemistry, studying chemistry at the A level at school. I don't know where he gets that from. Maths, chemistry and physics. Certainly not me. But it's nice, we sit down and watch that together, and we'll have a little, well, he explains it in, you know, a little bit simpler terms for us. So it's Cody's Lab. Again, the 3 links and Jane, who nominated me, is all down below. Right, let's go and get these bulbs planted. So we've got the obligatory blue baskets. This is me fermenting tool, which I'm going to use to knock out the soil from this bulb planter. Now it came from the Netherlands, this, so, but I don't think it's actually that good, but we'll have a go of it anyways. So there's only mum with brush plants. Say hello to me mum, mum. Brushing plants. There you go. Just in time, I think, as well. Just getting them bulbs. I think it's going to pour down. I'm really impressed with that bulb planter. I'll put a link. My mum said we got it from Sarah, or she got it from Sarah Raven's craft. So I'll put a link on if I can find it. But it was so, my mother had about 300 bulbs there, so that's going to be Britain in bloom. Right, let's show you some technology. So I'm chuffed to bits with this. Nice bit of old-fashioned technology. I'll show you my new technology. So up here, this is the little sensor that I've got. So I'm going to eventually drill it to the wall, but for the moment I'm just popping it up on top of there and getting a nice reading of the temperatures at night. Now this is by no means a review of this little device, but because I have not practiced it yet, but what I wanted it for was just to see what the temperatures varied like outside and inside, you know. And like I say, I'm ready for the fall when those temperatures crash, you know what I mean. Hopefully some of the produce I've got in the polytunnel with will survive. But it's a Yoshima, and I'll put a link onto it if anyone's interested, and it's got quite a few little details on it. But like I say, the main thing is I can go into history as well and check the temperatures of past as well. So it's got the highest and lowest temperatures, night and day. And what I like as well, the sunrise and sunsets, which for me personally is, I just want to get past that 21st of December, then we're on to the kind of, it's starting to get lighter at night, and I can each day, each minute, each day, I can know we're getting, you know, we're past the darkest day, 21st of December. So it's also got the pressure settings there, obviously night and day, and it's one of that, in a way, it's an old style alarm clock, you know, it's the old style, you know, you had to set it and almost guess how to set it and how to set the alarm. Well, it took a little bit of doing to get it kind of set up, but now that I've got it set up and now that I've got the little monitor outside, you know, it is, I love it, to be quite honest. And it's nice at the night time, just, you know, just to see what the temperatures are outside, because they are going to plummet, you know. So if you're interested, there's a link down, you can have a little look at it. There we go. Right, so from using good old-fashioned tools to serious technology there. Let us know how you go about your garden work. Is that something that you like to do? Make sure, you know, you keep on top and you know what's happening. Or you old boys and girls there, you stick your finger out in the wind and make sure, you know, you can tell by that. So look after yourselves. Do subscribe. Bonny young lad there in the middle in the circle. Subscribe to the videos and we'll get some more later. Look after yourselves and take good care. Thank you.